Hello Virgo and welcome to Sarah-Tonin Tarot. So this is your reading for the month of July. And remember, these are general messages, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you enjoy these types of readings, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments which part of the reading spoke to you the most. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you this month, Virgo. So your main energy for the month is Judgment. And this is one of the most powerful cards that you can receive. So this is a month of awakening, truth, and second chances. So Spirit is calling you to step into the next version of yourself. It's almost as though you've reached a crossroads where you can no longer stay the same person that you've been. For many of you, something from the past may return, and this could be a person, an opportunity, conversation, or even an old dream that you pushed aside. But this isn't about repeating the past, it's about seeing it with fresh eyes. So you've learned valuable lessons, and now you're being asked to decide what deserves a place in your future. So Virgo, for some of you, you may finally be receiving the answers that you've been waiting for. And if you've been asking Spirit for signs, expect them to become much clearer this month. Judgment also encourages forgiveness. So whether you're forgiving yourself or somebody else, releasing old guilt creates space for new blessings. And July feels like a month where you rise above your previous limitations and begin trusting your own wisdom. And then we move on to your hidden opportunities, and your hidden opportunity is stepping into leadership. So the King of Wands is confident, he's inspiring, and he isn't afraid to take action. This tells me that there may be an opportunity for a promotion or starting a business. You may even be leading a project or becoming the person that others naturally look towards for guidance. And you already know more than what you give yourself credit for. I also feel like someone could be entering your life who carries this King of Wands energy. They could be charismatic, passionate, and encourage you to think bigger than what you have done in the past. So this person could actually open doors simply by believing in your potential. Spirit's asking you to stop waiting for permission. You need to lead, speak, create, and take that first step, because your confidence becomes a magnet when you learn to trust yourself. And your challenge this month is going to be believing in your own success. So the Six of Wands is usually a card of victory, recognition, and achievements. But with it being in the challenge position, it suggests that you may struggle to acknowledge just how far you have already come. Virgo, you often focus on what's left to improve rather than celebrating what you've already accomplished. So you may be worrying about being judged, or fear success will bring greater expectations. Or maybe you just feel uncomfortable accepting praise. But Spirit wants you to remember that confidence isn't arrogance. You don't have to make yourself smaller to make other people feel comfortable. And for some of you, delays in receiving that recognition could test your patience. So you may wonder whether your hard work is being noticed, and Spirit is saying it is. So just because the applause hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean that people aren't watching. So whatever you do, just keep going. So Virgo, your greatest growth this month comes through clear thinking and healthy boundaries. The King of Swords asks you to make decisions based on wisdom rather than emotion alone. So Virgo, you naturally analyze situations, but sometimes overthinking creates confusion rather than the clarity you're looking for. And this month you're learning to simplify. So facts over fears, truths over assumptions. And some conversations may require honesty, even if it feels uncomfortable. So the King of Swords is also reminding you that saying no doesn't make you unkind. Healthy boundaries protect your energy so you can give your best where it truly matters. And people will respect your decision more when you communicate with them with confidence. And then we move on to the 5th card, which is Spirit's Guidance, and we have the 3 of Swords. And this tells me that you have known and experienced disappointment. The 3 of Swords acknowledges emotional pain, heartbreak, or difficult truths. However, in this position, it isn't predicting heartbreak, it's encouraging the healing. So some of you are probably still carrying wounds from situations that ended months or even years ago. Perhaps you've convinced yourself that you're over it, but deep down there's still emotions that still need compassion. And healing doesn't happen because time passes. Healing happens because you allow yourself to process what happened without letting it define who you are. So if someone has hurt you, Spirit reminds you that forgiveness doesn't always mean reconciliation. Sometimes forgiveness simply means releasing the weight so you no longer have to carry it. And once this emotional space is cleared, new blessings can then enter your life. And then unexpectedly, July may require you to stand your ground. So you have the 7 of Wands, and this suggests that you'll need to defend your ideas, your boundaries, or your decisions. Because not everyone will understand the direction you're taking, and that's okay. You don't need universal approval, you only need the confidence in yourself. Competition could arise around work, business, or creative projects. But this card also says that you're in a stronger position, and you have the advantage. The thing is, you've already earned your place, and the key is remaining calm rather than becoming defensive. So stand tall, trust your experience, and don't allow outside opinions to shake your confidence. So the overall message here, Virgo, for July is it's going to be a month of transformation, and it's going to ask you to step into personal authority. So Spirit is calling you to release that old version of yourself that constantly questions whether you're good enough. This reading is filled with leadership energy through both the kings, suggesting that you're far more capable than you currently realize. While old emotional wounds may briefly resurface, they do so for healing, not for punishment. And the challenge this month aren't about failure. So they're about learning how to receive success, trust your own wisdom, and stop looking outside yourself for validation. I think by the end of July, you'll likely find yourself standing stronger, speaking more confidently, and making decisions with greater certainty. This is your invitation to stop hiding your light. You've already done the inner work, and now it's time to let the world see who you have become. Your next chapter begins the moment you stop asking whether you're ready and realize that you have been preparing yourself for this for such a long time. So thank you, Virgo, for being here. I really hope you enjoyed that reading, and I will see you in the next reading. Enjoy your July. Lots of love and light, guys.